So it looks like Drake officially teases the idea of retiring from rap in the Little Yachty interview. I totally kind of messed it up, and I actually ended up watching the full interview. It was super nice to seeing Drake just kind of be in a comfortable environment, and it happened to be with Little Yachty, just kind of talking about his career and just where he's at in life and stuff like that. And Drake has just had a phenomenal run in the last, how many years has Drake been in the game? Like 15 years. Like his most recent album, Her Loss, and then Honestly Nevermind, and Certified Lover Boy. And he's kind of alluding in recent headlines. He's saying that Her Loss and Honestly Nevermind are actually trilogy. I wasn't the biggest fan of Dark Lane Demos, Care Package. I don't really consider it an album. It's kind of just like a collection and stuff like that. But Dark Lane Demos was pretty good. Care Package was obviously fire because it's like all of Drake's like most fire unreleased songs like on SoundCloud released into one. Scorpion was pretty good. I just didn't like the second half. Like the first album of it would have been a classic Drake album. The second half, I wasn't really feeling it. Like the only song I liked in the second half was probably In My Feelings, Nice for What, and then probably Blue Tint, and the rest was kind of mid. More Life, I think, is one of Drake's most underrated projects. Like this is, there's like literally no misses on it. Like maybe like a few, just kind of throwaway tracks that are like, all right, Views was super good. What Time to Be Live is considered a classic. I kind of think it's overrated. If you're reading this, you're too late. It's classic. Nothing Was the Same as a classic. Take Care is obviously a classic, and Thank Me Later I would say is a classic as well. So Far Gone, pretty cool for a mixtape. But overall, Drake has just had an amazing career, and he's just kind of teasing the idea of retiring. And like, what do you think the rap world will look like if Drake retires? Well, I think it's just really hard to tell because Drake has just been at the top for so long. Like, there's like no artists that are really close to the level of Drake other than Travis Scott. But Travis Scott is kind of looking like he's kind of in the midst of about to possibly retire, right? Like he hasn't dropped an album in 5 years with Astroworld. And Astroworld's a classic. I'd probably give Travis Scott maybe like 5 more years in the game and then he's done. Probably one more album after Astroworld, maybe a mixtape, then an album, and then he's probably gonna retire. So I would say the next closest is probably Little Baby because Little Baby is just about 30 now, not quite 30. So he could have like a little 10-year run or maybe 6-year run. But realistically, kind of the top artists right now that are staying in the game are kind of on the latter half of their career right now. Like maybe this may be a hot take, but I think it's gonna be, I think it's probably gonna be Yeet and YoungBoy. Like if YoungBoy doesn't get into jail again or something bad happens to him, definitely be YoungBoy, possibly Yeet, because Yeet just kind of has that whole, this audience, the youth, and a threshold, kind of like how Juice WRLD did. So I'll probably say YoungBoy, Yeet, and then somebody else. Maybe Roddy Ricch, but he's just kind of been like, I don't really know, like he just kind of seemed like he was falling off. I think Little Dirk maybe has 6 more years left, maybe 2 to 3 more years at his peak of him being in the top. But really, like realistically, there's gonna be nobody else. I would like to say Little Uzi Vert, but I think Little Uzi Vert maybe has 5 years left as well, right? And he just doesn't drop as much, right? He's kind of on the latter half of his career as well. Who else would I say? 21 Savage, definitely more on the latter half. Like he'll still be in the top there, but he just doesn't drop as much as Drake and is consistent, right? So it's gonna have to be probably Young Boy and see where Yeet ends up. And I think Playboi Carti, like just kind of how mysterious he is, I think he's gonna have kind of a type of career of Kendrick Lamar. I think Cardi will probably only drop 2 more albums and he's out as well, right? Like I don't think he's gonna be dropping his brand new project in 2023, and I don't think he needs to. I think he's more of a perfectionist, and you know, so this kind of leads to the fact it's like, oh, I have no clue who's gonna be the new big three. I would say Destroy Lonely has mad potential as well, but the thing about Destroy Lonely, I don't think his peak is gonna get to the height of Yeat's peak, just mainstream wise. I think Destroy Lonely in his career, his highest peak, I think at the most would maybe be 80K, maybe 100K. I just don't see him getting too mainstream to the point where he's getting like number 1 hits. His sound just isn't that. I just don't see it happening. Because Cardi has only peaked at 105K first week, so You know, my guess is gonna be Yeet or Youngboy. I don't see anybody else coming close that's gonna have at least a 10-year run. But yo, let me know in the comments what do you guys think. Who do you think is gonna replace Drake at the top? And what I mean by that is like have a good like 10-year run. You know what I mean? Let me know in the comments of this video and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Peace.